In the last class, we have read about the physical divisions, the natural region, where at the location of Himalayas and the origin of Himalayas. Today we will read the three ranges of the Himalayas. First is the outer Himalayas or Shivaliks. Second, middle or lesser Himalayas or Himachal. Third, the greater or inner Himalayas or Himadri. Now I am reading the first one, outer Himalayas or Shivaliks. Average altitude is less than 1200 meter. Special features: it is not a continuous range but merges in the east with the middle Himalayas. That means it is not a continuous range but merges in the east with the mix up with the middle Himalayas in the east, or finishes in the middle Himalayas in the east. They are made up of loose and soft broken down rocks. That means fallen rocks. They are made up of fallen rocks. Also known as the foothills, they are covered with dense forest and marshes commonly known as the terai. They are commonly known as, or they are known as foothills. They are covered with dense forests and marshes, and they are called and commonly known as terai. Next point, long valleys known as dunes exist here. Dehradun is situated in a dune or valley like this. So here are long valleys in the outer Himalayas, and these long valleys are called dunes. You have read in the previous or in the last class, that is in class 3, what is valley. The valley, you know, valley is the land between the two mountains, and here are long valleys that are known as dunes. Example, Dehradun. Second is middle or lesser Himalayas or Himachal. Average altitude is about 4500 meter. It is just above the outer Himalayas, and its height is 4500 meters. Special features: beautiful hill stations like Mussoorie, Shimla, Nainital and Darjeeling are situated here, which attract tourists. So beautiful hill stations are there in this middle or lesser Himalayas. Examples are Mussoorie, Shimla, Nainital, Darjeeling. The slopes are covered with dense forests in the most areas and lush grasses in some. So the slopes of these Himalayas is filled up or covered with dense forests and with lush grasses. This area is also famous for its picturesque valleys like the Kulu Valley in Himachal Pradesh and Kashmir Valley. So these Himalayas or middle Himalayas has also the valleys, but they are very beautiful. For example, Kulu Valley and Kashmir Valley. Third is the greater or inner Himalayas or Himadri. Average altitude is about 6000 meter. So these Himalayas is above the middle Himalayas. Special features: this mighty range is snow covered throughout the year. So this range is covered with snow, but the other two parts, the Himalaya, the outer Himalayas and the middle Himalayas, do not or is not covered with snow, but only the Himadri or the middle or the Himadri or the greater Himalayas is covered with snow throughout the year. The peaks are sharp and the slopes steep. The slopes are very steep and the peaks are sharp. Mount Everest, 8,850 meters, the world's highest peak, is located here. Other peaks are the Kanchenjunga, Nanda Devi and Nanga Parbat. So all the highest peaks are located in the greater Himalayas. For example, the highest peak in the world, Mount Everest, is located here. Important glaciers exist here which give rise to many rivers. The Gangotri Glacier and the Yamunotri Glacier give rise to the Ganga and the Yamuna respectively. Even the glaciers are present here. So two glaciers, the Gangotri Glacier, the Yamunotri Glacier, are present which give rise to the two rivers Ganga and Yamuna respectively. Towards the east, the Himalayas bend southwards and extend into Myanmar. A number of small hills exist here, namely the Garo, Khasi, Jantia, Naga and Mizo hills. They are collectively known as the Purvanchal. So the Himalayas, greater Himalayas ends, we have earlier learned that the Himalayas ranges from the Kashmir to the Arunachal Pradesh. After that, the Himalayas bend southwards into the Myanmar, and there are small hills. They are Garo, Khasi, Jantia, Naga and Mizo hills. They are collectively known as the Purvanchal. Again I am showing the picture of the Indian map. See, here in the upper part is the Himalayas. Here you see the Karakoram range, the Ladakh range, the Jaskar mountains, and it extends to the Arunachal Pradesh. Here in the Arunachal Pradesh and here are the Kasi, Garo, Jantia, then Naga hills. Here is the Naga hills, Mizo hills. Here is the Mizo hills. Mizo, see here Jantia, Kasi, Garo. So all are in the east, and these hills are called Purvanchal. These hills are called Purvanchal. So again I am going here. That is from the Kashmir. It goes to the Arunachal Pradesh here in the east. It is about 2,500 kilometers. Finishes here and it bends to the Myanmar, and here again it goes here with the hills, small hills called Purvanchal. Importance of the Himalayas. The Himalayas act as a barrier or wall in the north, stopping the cold winds from the Central Asia from to entering into India. Thus, our winters are not so cold or harsh. So, as before I told in the previous chapter also that Himalayas act as a barrier or a wall in the north, which is a wall that is between the Central Asia and India, and it acts as a barrier which stops the cold wind coming from the Central Asia and from entering India, and it also stops the monsoon winds going outside India. So India has become very rich land, and thus it also does not allow the winters to winter cold winds from Central Asia to enter India and stop becoming India into a cold land. The Himalayas also stop the rain-bearing monsoon winds coming from the surrounding seas into India from passing over further northwards towards Tibet. Thus ensures that this ensures that all the rain falls over India during the rainy season. So Himalayas, I told you in this previous sentence that it also stops the rain-bearing winds, monsoon winds from reaching the Central Asia, acting as a barrier. So all the rain falls in India during the rainy season. The snow-covered peaks give rise to rivers which flow through the air due to the melting snow. The Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra are good examples. So these Himalayas give rise to many perennial rivers. Perennial rivers means they have water throughout the year because they get water from the melting snow of the Himalayas. So these snow covered peaks give rise to many perennial rivers of India like the Ganga, Indus, Brahmaputra. The densely forested slopes of the Himalaya are home to a variety of birds and animals. So the forest here give rise or are the house of or home of variety of animals and birds. We can go there and see if we visit the Himalayan area or Himalayan region or the hill stations. We can see such homes which are the homes of the variety of animals and birds. So today up to this.